Gosh, it even rained this morning, but here we are. Beautiful sunny day. Right now we're on a short leg up under the bridge. We'll douse the Genoa. We'll motor up a little channel out into the Gulf of Mexico, put it back out again. So we've got to go under two high bridges, and we're cruising along at 4 knots just on the Genoa. And today we have a nice, I don't know, might have 8 knots. Today we are heading out into the Gulf of Mexico, and we'll sail somewhere right around Clearwater Beach. We have winds blowing out to sea right now, so that should help cancel out some of the waves. And then we'll just keep our fingers crossed that none of the storms find us. In our last episode, I talked to you a little bit about the weather and how it affects our sailing. Showed you this video from outside our marina. This is right in front of our marina, some weird weather one day. And I found this really nice Weather Spark website, which I think might be useful to other sailors, where you just enter your city that you're sailing in. And you can see things like the average climate, and the average temperatures are obviously high in the summer. That's not going to look much different for anyone else. Average monthly rainfall. You can see we're in the high rainfall area. And daily precipitation chances are very high until we get middle of September. And off on the right hand side there's a little link called wind, and if you click that, this could be really useful for sailing. It'll show you the average wind speed, and you can see how in the summertime here we only average about 7 knots. So this might be a useful site to any of you wanting to see the weather in your area.
Today ought to be some good practicing for us for when we go on our trip to the Keys this winter.
Yeah.
Make it.
This current, look at this. We're only doing 2.6 revving the engine. You can see it on the sign there. And boy, it's taken us twice as long to get out under this bridge because we're just not getting a lot of speed built up. This is 72 feet, this bridge. All the tall bridges are... Damn you, current. I'm just going to keep a little tension on this line so it rolls up in that drum nice. Secure my furling line. Just going to put a couple cranks on the winch here. And you'll see we're speeding up now. We're at about 3.5. That looks good.
A little more, or is we're good?
That's good. Alright. Gain a little speed here. I'm going to let the main sheet out a little bit to get a little bit better angle here. Our camera has GPS in it, so it knows how fast the camera's traveling, which allows me to do these speed overlays on the video, which I'll start doing from now on when I can. It won't show knots, but at least it's something. That right there is raining. Do you see it?
We have this storm that is coming up from the south, and it is heading north, which is where we are. And then we have these clouds over here that are looking a little suspicious. So we did we jibe or we were going to tack, but we were having a little bit of a hard time doing that, so we jibed instead, and that was beautiful. Yeah.
So what we're doing now is trying to get everything cleaned up. I'm going to go put my suit on so I can get wet.
But the winds are picking up, and we're still going about 4.5 right now.
Oh man, so we're hoping to avoid that one because it might go that way ahead of us, and we're probably going to get wet from that. It's going to catch us. We just let a little more Genoa out. We have kind of following seas, so it's a little rolly.
How fast are we going?
Now we were hitting 5.6.
But we're on a broad reach with a pretty good wind behind us. We saw 6.6 knots at some point.
You know, today was one of those days where I knew it was iffy, but we've been really wanting to come out. But I looked at the weather very carefully, and all of it said it'll likely rain after 3 o'clock. So we had planned on being back by 3. but it's only 12:15 and we're getting hit pretty good from a few different angles here. So yeah, what are you gonna do? You just try, and it just is what it is sometimes. So we're closing the windows. Susie's getting the crib boards. We hit about 6 knots just there a minute ago. It's raining at the bridge we're gonna go under, but that's okay because that storm is moving along, and by the time we get up there it'll be 30 minutes and that storm will be gone. This one will be upon us, which I've been watching the beach there, and it gets hazier and less visible and less visible. Usually when you're in those storms, you can't see anything at all other than, you know, 100 yards in front of you. Their sailboat's named Exit Strategy. That's what they're doing right now. I'm not even really doing anything, and I'm just starting to get too sweaty. Yeah, it's not too hot. Lightning.
Oh, that's not right.
Man. Right there, is that... Somewhere over there, there's a bridge we're gonna go under.
Somewhere.
Can't see anything past those islands. The radar doesn't do you much good because we see the storm coming, but then the next time you look at the radar 15 minutes later, there's 3 more storms that popped up, just kind of formed, so you can't really predict it. So we're gonna hang out here a little bit, relax, and see what kind of storms come. Lunchtime. Look at this. We have some nice salads. Yep, got our little anchor alarm on because it's kind of stormy outside, even though we're not in super high winds. Look, we're sitting in here eating lunch, and I came out here. Coconuts floating by. Oh, we just came up after we ate our lunch and looked over, and you can't see you can't see anything anymore. It's coming at us, so there's a rainstorm bearing down on us there. We'll see. You know, we were just thinking how nice it is to have these crib boards made of like polycarbonate, because you can sit here and just, you know, look out and see what's happening when it's cold or rainy outside. My other boat had wooden crib boards there, and you couldn't see, you know, you couldn't see out. So there's 0 wind after that storm. The sails are soaking wet. So I just was inspecting them and making sure everything was okay. Now I'm just flaking it, and this one's getting dry, so we'll put them away in a few minutes. Thanks.
And meanwhile, there's been some dolphin activity over here. Does this count as swimming with dolphins?
Something just happened right there, too.
Whoa! Did you get that?
I got it, yeah. Oh, 2 of them. Well, getting quite a show here. Yeah, that was really good.
Swimming with the dolphins.
Wow. Couple sailboats out at the marina. Dolphin back here, blue skies. I mean, it's like, I was all disappointed because I thought our day was kind of ruined by that rain, but now we came over here to this anchorage and had a really nice day. I guess it just goes to show it's not always about the sailing.